Scapula, it has three angles. This one is a superior medial angle. This one is a superior lateral angle. This is the inferior angle. So superior medial angle, it is located in between the upper border and the lower border, upper border and the medial border. The lateral angle, and it is located in between the lateral border and the superior border. The inferior angle, it is located in between the medial border and the lateral border. So once again, inferior angle, it is located in between the medial border and the lateral border. Superior angle, it is located in between the superior border and the medial border. So this lateral angle, it is located in between the superior border and this lateral border. So here, this is the ventral surface of the scapula, and this one is a dorsal surface of the scapula. In ventral surface of the scapula, and there is no spine. There is no spine. But in this there is a rib impressions are there. So here in the ventral and this body of the scapula, it has three angles. This one is a lateral angle, and here this one is a lateral angle. Maybe here it is called by the superior lateral angle. Superior lateral angle is present in between the lateral border and superior border, and superior medial angle, it is present in between the superior border and medial border. The inferior angle, it is present in between the lateral border and medial border. And this inferior angle, it is directed downwards. So here, what I have to say, and this suprascapular ligament, and the suprascapular ligament, it converts the suprascapular foramen, suprascapular notch into the suprascapular foramen. And before that we have discussed about this, and superior to the ligament, the transverse ligament of the scapula, and here there is a artery is there, and this artery is called by the suprascapular artery. In this reason, and the suprascapular nerve passes through this, so it is located inferior to the ligament. And about these surfaces, and this spine, it is present in the dorsal surface or posterior surface or back surface of the scapula. In this, there is a spine is absent. So, and there is a process are there. And this one is a spinous process. The spine, it is present in the dorsal surface. The spine, from here to here, the self-like projection, and it is called by the spine. Self-like projection, it is called by the spine, and it looks like a triangular shape. So it has two borders, and this is the upper border of the spine. This one is the upper border of the spine, and this one is a lower border of the spine. In between these two, and there is a intermediate area is there, and this intermediate area, it is a subcutaneous, and it is called by the crest of the spine of the scapula. So this spine, it has and there is a lateral border also is there. So this lateral border, it extends, and from the spine to the posterior surface of the root of the glenoid cavity of the scapula. So this lateral to this, and this passage, and it connects the supraspinous surface into the infraspinous surface. So here, this spine, it has two surfaces and three borders. It is a upper border, upper lip, and this is a inferior border, the inferior lip. In between that, and there is an intermediate area is there. It is a subcutaneous, and it is a palpable. So this intermediate area, it runs towards the lateral side, and it will become a superior surface of the acromion process of the scapula. And then here you see, and there is a superior to this spine, and this surface superior to the spine. And this surface is called by the supraspinous surface. Inferior to the spine, it is called by the infraspinous surface, and otherwise superior to this it is called by the supraspinous fossa, and inferior to this it is called by the infraspinous fossa. So the superior surface of the spine of the scapula, spine of the scapula. So this one, the supraspinous fossa, and it is limited, superiorly it is limited by the upper border, and medially it is limited by the medial border, and this border it extends, it descends downwards, forwards, and in the back side, and it will become a superior surface of the spine of the scapula. And here the inferior to the spine, here there is a infraspinous fossa is there, or otherwise, and it is called by the infraspinous surface. So this infraspinous surface laterally it is limited by the lateral border, and medially it is limited by the medial border, and in between this and there is this infraspinous surface is there. So this infraspinous surface, and it runs towards the superior aspect, and it will become a inferior surface of the spine of the scapula. Once again, the spine of the scapula, it has two surfaces. This is called by the superior surface, and this is called by the inferior surface. So, and this infraspinous fossa and infraspinous surface, it descends downwards, forwards, and towards the back side. It will become a superior surface of the spine of the scapula. So here the infraspinous fossa or infraspinous surface. So this infraspinous surface, it runs towards the and it descends upwards, and it will become an inferior surface of the spine of the scapula. The crest, and it has an intermediate surface, it is a subcutaneous, and it extends towards the lateral side. It will become a superior surface of the acromine process of the scapula. So here, and this one is the acromine process of the scapula. This is the acromine process. So this acromine process, it has two borders and two surfaces. This one you see, this one is a medial border of the scapula, and this one is a lateral border. This is a medial border of the acromine process. This one is a lateral border of the acromine process. So this medial border and lateral border, superiorly they encloses the superior surface, and inferiorly they encloses the inferior surface. And where these two borders meeting point, and there is a oval shaped articular facet is there, and this articular facet, it articulates with the clavicle to form a acromioclavicular joint. Acromioclavicular joint means, and there is a lateral one third of the clavicle, and there is a oval shaped articular facet is there at the end of the lateral end of the clavicle, and that articulates here to form a acromioclavicular joint. So here, and there is this coracoid process is there. So this coracoid process, and it is projected upwards at the level of the body of the upper border and lateral side, upper border of this scapula. It projected upwards, then it takes the slightly laterally and forwards, and it is a very strong bone compared to this acromine process, and in the body of this scapula, it's a very strong bone and bony part, and it is called by the coracoid process of the scapula. The general description we have completed. So in the diagrammatic representation, this is a superior surface and a suprascapular fossa. It is a infrascapular fossa. This is the upper border of the acromine spine of the scapula. This is the inferior border or inferior lip of the spine of the scapula. And here there is a triangular area is there. This is a triangular area, and this is called by the triangular area of the scapula. So this triangular area, it is a base, it is a upper border, it is a lower border. This one is the apex. This is the apex. Apex is directed laterally and base is directed and medially. And this inferior border, that is towards the inferior side, and the upper border there is a superior side. And what I have to say, and we have completed the general description, let us talk about the attachment on the scapula. In attachment, in the dorsal surface of the scapula, and here, and this is the space to insert, say insertion of the levator scapulae muscle. Levator scapulae muscle, and it is coming from the neck and it descends downwards and it is inserted from superior angle to the root of the spine of the scapula in the dorsal surface. It is not a ventral surface, because here, and we are visualizing this spine, the spinous process. Superior to the spinous process, there is a suprascapular foci there, and in the medial side, along with the medial border, in the dorsal surface and the levator scapulae muscle, insertion take place. Next, there is a rhomboides minor muscle. Rhomboides minor muscle attachment take place in this area, and it is at the level of the, along with the medial border here, and just now I have shown that there is a triangular area at the root of the spine of the scapula, and at this level there is an insertion of